Ladies and gentlemen, here we go again. Star Wars Theory is being attacked by yet another leftist psychopath on Twitter. Now, this particular person, at least we don't have to worry about being a fake person like the last one who got exposed for being a complete and utter fake person, lying to the people around them for the last few years just because they wanted to be accepted by the leftists online and feel loved and all that stuff. This person is an actual real person, and she is completely miserable. We've done videos on Rachel Leishman many times before, and this person has made some comments about Star Wars Theory, and honestly, they're just as bad as what the last person did. And I have to kind of laugh at this point because Star Wars Theory has been proven right so many times before and continues to be proven right now. So we have an article here from That Park Place with a headline that reads, "The Mary Sue writer Rachel Leishman rages at Star Wars Theory and because Star Wars Theory destroyed Leslie Headland." Now, if you guys missed the video with Star Wars Theory, I highly suggest you go check it out because honestly, it's a very good video and he breaks it down so calmly. The fact that Rachel Leishman is out here trying to pretend like he's the angry one when he's literally breaking it down calmly and speaking about Star Wars while she's out here raging on Twitter, I just find it hilarious. So let's get into this article, guys. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. The Mary Sue assistant editor Rachel Leishman raged after YouTuber Star Wars Theory demolished Leslie Headland after watching an interview Leishman conducted with the Acolyte showrunner. Now, keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to think about something really quick, okay? Keep in mind about this. Think about business, right? I really want you to think about business and what would be beneficial for your show, right? If you thought about going and talking to an influencer, right? If you want to call them that, an influencer. Leslie Headland thought, and this is how you know they pick and choose who they want to speak to. It's obvious, but this is how you know. She chose to speak to someone who has 3,800 subscribers, who averages 20 to about 200 views per video, right? She chose to speak to Rachel Leishman, who is a writer for the Mary Sue, a dying website that is only surviving due to Australian donors, right? She chose to speak to that small platform instead of speaking to the biggest YouTuber in the Star Wars scene with over 3 million subscribers who averages hundreds of thousands of views per video. She chose to speak to that person over Star Wars Theory because she has a preconceived notion about Star Wars Theory. And this is how you know it's not about business, ladies and gentlemen. You had the opportunity to showcase yourself in front of millions of people, and you chose to showcase yourself in front of hundreds. That is so stupid to me. But again, it is because they think that Star Wars Theory is just going to constantly berate them, which is actually not at all what he would do. He would just have questions that they would have to have answers for, and they know they're not going to have answers for it, so they don't bother. In a recent video upload, Theory not only destroyed Headland, but he demolished Leishman for her false narrative regarding the fact that the show introduced Adi Mundi, despite the fact that the character had not been born yet. He also pointed out that Mundi does indeed know that Jedi are dying at the hands of a trained Force wielder, despite informing the Jedi Council in The Phantom Menace that no Sith had been heard of in 1,000 years. Theory says during the video, it's so frustrating that she would dare to interject. The reason the Jedi in Episode 1 would not train Anakin is because of Asha and Mate. Now, he goes into the entire backstory, okay? I don't have to touch on that. He obviously knows what the hell he's talking about, which makes what she's about to say even funnier. So Leishman reacted with the rage of Star Wars Theory for simply correcting her lies. She posted on X, "Ooh, Star Wars Theory decided to do a reaction video to my interview because if he isn't effing grifting off of Star Wars, he's grifting off of women and sending his minions after them." She added, "F off and go build some faulty lightsabers while crying on camera." Oh, tough Rachel Leishman. Look at Rachel Leishman talking about someone else getting angry when she's literally raging on Twitter. So let's break this down, okay? Number one, I find it hilarious that you're saying that he is grifting. This man has been a fan for Star Wars since he was a little kid, my girl. Like, do you not understand? I'm sure you do understand this, right? And the funny thing is, now you're trying to say he's grifting off of women. What is there to grift off of? I don't understand. He's done video reactions to men. He's done video reactions to women. How is he grifting off specifically women? You are just upset because you were the latest target of his reaction and you didn't like what he had to say. And then she says, go F off and go build some faulty lightsabers while crying on camera, obviously talking about the time that Star Wars Theory, a true fan of Star Wars, who got emotionally upset over what's happening with Star Wars and had a little bit of a cry session on camera, she decides as a grown woman to attack him for his feelings about Star Wars in the same sentence that she called him a grifter. Imagine calling someone who cried about what's happening in Star Wars right now because he's such a big fan a grifter. She has no idea what that word means. And to be honest with you, I take that back. She does know what it means, just like most of the other leftists know what it means. But it's their new buzzword, right? It's their new word to replace racist, misogynist, sexist, all that stuff. It's going to lose all meaning within a couple of weeks if it hasn't already. She continued to be clear, I really don't give an F. Anyone who resorts to calling a woman a cow because of a Star Wars show is literally pathetic. I didn't understand why I've had to delete hundreds of comments all of a sudden, and it's because of this jackoff. I guess if I also had no neck, no riz, looked like a box, and had a shitty personality, I would grift off of others and hate on them. Actually, I wouldn't because I'm a nice person. I also benefit from my winning personality and hot bod. Unlike Star Wars Theory, she concluded, there is so many lies in these 2 paragraphs, it's asinine. It really is. And we're going to break it down. Based upon viewing the video, Theory does not use the term cow at all. He also did not use it in his live stream where he briefly touched on the interview as well. The term cow also does not appear in the comments of the original interview video on the Mary Sue's YouTube channel. In fact, Leishman will later reveal she did not watch Theory's videos at all. She wrote, I mean this with the utmost respect. Do you think I watched that crap? All his fans have been leaving incredibly gross comments on my interview of that he said so. Now, keep in mind, so she openly, you're supposed to take what this person says seriously, even though she openly contradicted herself and admitted that she essentially lied, right? She lied about being called a cow. This is projection. This is a woman who thinks low of herself, okay? And to be fair, how are you going to attack? Actually, hold on. I got something even better for you. In this video, let's show this really quick. Let me go to a screen cap. Right, it's somewhere over here. Let me show the screen cap. In this video, yeah, okay. So there is a certain pause. Let me lower this. There's a certain pause, right? Okay. So how are you going to? Oh my God, man! How are you going to attack Star Wars Theory when you look like this, right? How are you going to say he's got no neck when you literally got no neck? Like you got linebacker shoulders. You got a jaw that looks like you can mine something. Like you bite rocks and eat rocks for a living. There's no way you have the modernity jaw like this. You got that perfect dark jaw. That's what we're dealing with right now. You got that modern audience jaw, and you got a freaking what hot bod? There is no hot bod going on here. Look at this. What are we really talking about? Again, I'm not trying to insult you, but when you decide to insult Star Wars Theory, who is way more physically fit than you'll ever be, I think it's pretty damn hilarious. So she openly lied about the comments that he made, right? She openly lied about everything that he said because he didn't say it, right? And then she tries to say, oh, he's grifting off of women and Star Wars, when in fact, she's the one that's grifting. You just got here. He's been here since the beginning. And how can you pretend otherwise is hilarious to me. I mean, this is a terrible pause, by the way. Star Wars Theory not helping the case. But still, she's out here projecting her own insecurities. That's really what's going on here. And that's not anybody's fault other than her own. So if she's angry over that, she needs to get over it, because at the end of the day, he knows exactly what he's talking about. And to pretend as if you know what you're talking about is ridiculous. Why? Because you bought a couple of Star Wars figures? It's stupid. So again, ladies and gentlemen, she utterly lied about the entire thing, and she tried to pass it off as what he said. And it's the same thing as what happened before. He did not say it, but she's trying to say that he did. And when he eventually will call her out on it for this, obviously, defamation, because that's really what it is. She's lying about what he said to hurt his business. That is a big deal. And that shows that someone from Mary Sue, if you didn't know already, could not be trusted for a single thing that they say. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.